Okay. Now, what do you guys think is the silent letter word? We have drop or autumn. What word has the silent letter?
Autumn.
Autumn. Very good. Autumn is correct. And what letter don't we hear in autumn? Yes, so in climb, we don't hear the B. In autumn, we don't hear the N. Very good. Yep. So that is correct. The correct silent letter word is autumn. Nice. Now, with autumn, right? Now we got two choices again. We can either do struggle, right? Or scissors. Scissors is the silent letter word. Very good. And
S.
Yes. Well, actually, no, not quite. What don't we hear in scissors? If you listen to it, scissors.
I think C.
Yeah, that is correct. Actually, guys, what we do not hear is the C. Else, if we usually, if you have a word like this, like scary, right? Now, what you hear is the C, and it gets a K sound, like that, scary. But in scissors, we don't hear that. So notice how that sound is different than what SC usually sounds like. It usually sounds like sk, right? Scary, like that. But scissors has a silent C. Some other words do this, maybe like science, for example, that does the same thing. You don't hear the C. So very good. So far we got a silent B, a silent N, and a silent C in scissors. Okay. Now you guys, we can do up to 3 different ones. So now we have the choice of drop, scandal, or champagne.
Drop.
Oh, that's a good guess. Actually, not quite though. So if you listen to these closely, drop, scandal, champagne.
As a drop, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
I really cannot see your screen. Would you mind to change the document?
Let me see here. How about, can you see it now? Can everyone see the screen?
Yeah, I see.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, better.
Okay, maybe I didn't have a good connection or something. So, yeah. So hopefully everyone can see this. If you still can't see something that I'm sharing, yeah, just let me know. So, but yeah, hopefully everyone can see. And so this is where we were at, guys. Like I said, we got 3 choices. Okay, drop, scandal, champagne.
Champagne.
It's champagne.
G
yeah.
and G.
Champagne.
That
G,
is correct.
silent letter.
Silent G, exactly. Yep. So that is correct. Also, it would sound like champagne or something like that, but we don't hear the G in that one. That word, you guys, champagne is French. And in the French language, a lot of G's are silent. So we have champagne. Another word I can think of is cologne. Cologne does that. Even the word campaign, just like champagne. So these words are all French. And in the French language, they have a lot of silent G's, usually before an N, right? So if you notice, N is almost always the next letter. So good job. So champagne is the next one. Now, you guys, we have 3 again, okay? We can either do struggle, recipe, or honest.
Honest.
Yes, very good.
S.
And the letter we do not hear is the H. Exactly. Yep. So honest just sounds like there is no H at the beginning. So very good. This is, most words do not do this, but there are other words like honor, hour, that kind of thing. So notice with this one, you guys, notice how that's different than if you said a word like house or horse, right? The H usually has that sound. And so normally you would hear it like house or horse, but in words like honor or honest or hour, it's silent. Yep. So very good. Now, one more thing about this, you guys. With the sounds of letters, right? When they start a word, I want to go a little bit over this. So, in English, how we call these the indefinite articles, and that's a and an, right? Now, that I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but they're called the indefinite articles. In case you were wondering, the is called the definite article. So when we have a and an, what it depends on is the sound that the word starts with. Now, you guys probably knew this, that and usually goes with vowels, right? So anything that starts A, E, I, O, U, we're going to say and, like, for example, an apple or an egg, something like that. So I want to ask you guys, if you say hour, do you think that we say a hour because it starts with an H, or do we say an hour because the H is silent?
An hour.
It is an hour. That is correct. Yep. So that is correct. It is an hour. And so what we notice is when we use an, depends on the sound, not necessarily the spelling. Okay, so that's a good one to remember. So if you say hour, since you don't hear the H, you do have to say an hour instead of a hour. Yep. So now there's another one that does the opposite. So there's some words that do this. Say like the word usual. Okay. Now I could talk about, like, maybe I could say usual day, for example. Now, if you listen close to this, guys, what if you said, to a friend, how was your day? And I would just say, it was something usual day. Okay. Now, do you guys think we would say an usual because it starts with a U, or do you think we'd say a usual because of the sound?
A usual.
We do say a. Yep. Yeah. And this is kind of weird, but if you notice, guys, the reason we say this, right, is notice the difference between, say, something like an ugly dog or something like that, right? Now, the normal sound of U is that right, like ugly, okay? But if you listen to the word usual, what you hear is a Y sound, right? Kind of like young, or, that words that start with a Y, yellow, right? So if you listen to a word like usual, what you're hearing is a Y sound, and we would use a with a Y, right? So the rule kind of goes both ways. Like hour that has a silent H, you can also have a word like usual that starts with a vowel. So it's kind of weird, but something to kind of remember about this is when we use a or an, depends on the sound, not necessarily the spelling. So, yep. So for these words, you'd say to meet you, or he is an honest person, that kind of thing. So good job, guys. So we are at the silent H. Okay. Now let's go on to the next one. Now we have three more choices, and they are cramped.
Knock.
It is
K.
knock. Exactly.
Siren.
Yep. What we do not hear is the K. So else it would sound like Canuck or something like that. But we do not hear that K at the beginning. Yep. So that one, you guys, it's worth mentioning with a few of these, that some of these it will, no matter what the word, it will always be the rule. Like any MB words, if it ends in M, words that start with KN, you will never hear the K, right? So there's other words like not. So we got knock with the silent. So now we got these three, guys. The next three we can choose from is either strange, trust, or column. What do you think of this one?
I cannot see the screen. It's blurry.
Oh, did it share again? Let's see. How about, is this better? Can anyone see the?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Everyone see the screen okay?
Yes. Here.
Good. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're back down to these three: strange, trust, or column.
Column.
Column. Yep. And
Column.
same as this one, right? You do not hear the N. Yeah. So like I was just mentioning, any words that end in MN, you'll never hear the N. So yeah, that one's got the same rule as autumn. Very good. So now we got column out of the way. So now you guys, here are our three choices. We can go up to gloves, down to pleasure, or to the right with sword. What do you guys think of this one? Or sword.
Sword.
It is sword.
W siren.
Exactly. What we do not
Sword.
hear in sword is the W. Yep. So else you guys notice how it would sound. It would sound like sword, right? But we don't, yeah. So usually it's going to sound like this, right? Words like sweet or sweater, right? That's got that sw sound. But in sword, it does not sound like that. It just actually sounds like sword, like S-O-R-D kind of. Yep. So I don't know why it does this, but there are some words that just have a strange. So good. So we got a silent W. Now here's our three this time. We can do month, strangled, or wrinkle.
One more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. Below is month, strangled, or wrinkle.
Wrinkle.
It is wrinkle.
W.
It's another W. There you go. Yep. So we have two silent W's in a row. There. Yep. Now this one, you guys, this is another one that will always be true. Anytime a word starts with WR, you'll never hear the W. So words like right, or there's other words in English like ring, means to take the water out of cloth. Wren, that's a small bird. Any word that starts WR, you will never hear the W. So if you tried to, it would sound like wrinkle or something like that, but no words sound like that. So they're all silent W when they do this. So yeah, good. So now we got wrinkle. Here's our next three, guys. We can go gloves, wanted, or debt. What do you think of this one?
Debt.
Debt.
B silent.
It is a silent B, just like in climb, right? So here we have a silent B. Yep. This is another weird one that, there's not a lot of words in English that do this. But if you have like a B before a T, I don't think it's always the case that, no, it's not always the case that this happens, but I guess I can think of another word like doubt. That does the same thing. That's D-O-U-B-T. You don't hear the B in that one either. So yeah, silent B and debt. Good job. Now let's go to these three. We can either do depth above the word or whistle. So recipe, depth, or whistle?
Whistle.
It is whistle. Yes, it is. Mostly, there's actually two silent letters. What else don't we hear?
H.
Yes, you don't hear the H or the T. Yep, exactly. So that is just whistle. If you did, the word would sound something like whistle, I guess, but it definitely does not sound like that. So that one's got two, you guys, silent H and a silent T. So yeah, that was kind of a bonus. Now there's a couple things I want to mention about this is that, sometimes my students guess depth, but what we see in that word, like a lot of these, is there's two letters that make one sound. And I forget, there's a word for that in English. I forget what it is. But basically what we have with like depth, right? You do hear all the letters. You hear the P, and then the TH just makes that sound, right? Kind of like growth over here. That does the same thing. You hear all the letters, but some of them are just two that combine to make one sound, right? So we actually see a lot of these. Month. Back here we had trust, the TR makes a ch sound, that kind of thing. So those are not actually silent letters. They're just two letters that combine to make one sound. But in whistle, you don't hear the H and you do not hear the T. So good job with that. Yep. So we're getting close, right? We had to go down to listen. Now the next three are, we can either do twisted, wanted, or receipt.
Receipt.
Receipt is correct. And what
P.
don't we, yeah, we do not hear the P. Yep. Else it would sound like receipt or something like that, but that's not what it sounds like. Yeah. So in that one, we just got a silent P. Do not hear that one. There's not a lot of words that do this. Usually, like, even if you have a PT, you could say something like, the word adapt, for example. Now in that one and most words, you will hear the P. If you listen, it sounds like adapt, and you hear that P sound before the T. Receipt is just one of those strange words. You don't hear the P. So now I think we got a pretty clear path, right? Where at receipt, we can either do crunch or psychic. I guess think of this one. Crunch or psychic?
Psychic.
Psychic. And what don't we hear in psychic?
P.
We don't hear that P at the beginning. Yep, exactly. Now, this is one where the CH combines to make a K sound, so that you do hear them. They're just making one sound. That's kind of the same as the word school, right? Where the CH just has a K sound. But in psychic, you do not hear that P at the beginning. So that's another silent P word. Yep. That, you guys, that's another word or another rule. Anytime a word starts with PS, you'll never hear the P. So psychic is one example. There's a word like psychology. There's a skin condition called psoriasis. And some other words do this. You'll never hear the P at the beginning of these words. So very good. Now, we only got one choice or two choices, but I think we know the right one. We can either do wanted or muscle. Yeah. So which one don't we hear a letter?
Muscle.
It's muscle. Yep. And
Muscle.
yeah, if you go way back to this one, what don't we hear? Same thing as scissors. Yeah.
C.
So we don't hear the C again. Exactly. Yep. Like I said, guys, normally if you did, it would sound like muscle, and that is not how the word sounds. So just like scissors is not skizzers, right? It's not that SC that we see in a word like scary, where it's got a K sound. Muscle just sounds like an S. We do not hear the C. And very good. And then we got all the way to the end. The last one is listen. And what don't we hear in listen?
T.
Silent T. Yep, silent T in that one. Yep. Else it would sound like listen, but it does not sound like that. It just sounds like listen. So very good, guys. Welcome. Well done, everybody. So that's the silent letter maze. Okay? So we're going to practice these words in just a minute, but before we do that, I thought of one other thing that's worth mentioning about this, okay? And that is, I'll maybe make a note down here, WH words, okay? Now, these do something kind of strange, because notice, I'll give you guys some examples. We have words like when, right? Where, why, that kind of thing. But notice we also have words like this, who, and a word maybe like whole. So what happens with WH words, going back to this word whistle, what you hear is the W, right? So we had that silent H, but sometimes the W will be silent. Like in the example of who, what we hear is the H sound. In whole, we hear the same thing. So basically WHs, they go by, I would just call it one of two rules. You are either not going to hear the H or you're not going to hear the W. So it's kind of weird that it does that. But the main thing is that you won't ever hear both. So you're never going to say like wahole, right? Or wahen or something like that. One of the two letters will always be silent. Most of the time it's going to be the H, and most of the time it'll be the H, and you'll hear the W, like when, where, why. But in some words, the W will be silent, like who or whole. So it's just a matter of either one of those two, but you'll never hear both the W and the H together. So good job. So like I said, I really like this. Some of these words we're going to see later today, and there's, these are not definitely all of the silent letters in English. There's hundreds of words, maybe even thousands that have silent letters. So these are just some of the more common ones that we use. So I know this probably isn't as easy because there's so many people here, but I think in Thai, do you say Puttampom? I think Puttampom. Repeat after me. Let's practice saying these. So here's the second page. They give us the maze, the way that we took to get there. So how about you guys? Let's just practice saying these words out loud. So if you want to repeat after me, here's the first one. Climb. You guys want to try it? Climb.
Climb.
Yeah. So if anybody's got their microphone on, good. Climb.
Okay.
Autumn.
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 Autumn. Good. Scissors.
Scissors.
Good. Champagne.
Champagne.
Well done. Honest.
Honest.
Good. Knock.
Knock.
Well done. Yep. Column.
Column.
Good. Sword.
Sword.
Yeah. Wrinkle.
Wrinkle.
Good. Debt. Yep. Whistle. Yep. Remember, two silent letters in whistle. Receipt. Psychic. Yeah. Muscle. Yep. And listen. Good job. Yep. So, like I said, guys, all the other words that we didn't choose, you do hear the letters. Some of them, though, they just got like two letters make one sound, like scratch, right? That's a ch sound. We got words like blanket. What you hear at the beginning is this bl sound, right? That's B and L. TH, a word like growth, right? That's that sound. And so they're not silent letters technically. They're just two letters making one sound. But all of the highlighted words, right? These all do have at least one letter that you don't hear. So we found them all, made our way through the maze, going either vertically, that's up and down, or horizontally, that's side to side, got all the way from climb to listen. So good job, everybody. Well done with that. So that was that's a good warm up. I like to do a lot. So that's all about silent letters. Now, here's another one that you guys is going to get closer to now we're getting into places. Okay, so I have a couple worksheets that will probably take us to our break at 2:30. This is all about places around town. Okay, so this works into our theme today. And this first one, this is 16 clues. Okay, so what happens is we got clues about each one, and they give us about half of the letters. So all we got to do is find the rest of the letters, and we just use the clues to figure out what they're talking about. Okay, so some of these I think are pretty easy, but if you notice, number 16, when we get way to the end, this one's pretty difficult. 16 is, and maybe a couple other ones might be as well. Okay, but 16 is usually the hard one that my students don't know. We'll see if any of you guys know them. But let's start up at number 1. Okay, the clue for number 1 is you can borrow a book here. Yeah, what do we got? Library, right? How do we spell library? L
I B
R-A-Y. There you go. Yep. Library is number 1. Good. Number 2, you can buy groceries here.
Supermarket.
Supermarket. Yeah. Yep. Which of course you guys probably know is SUPMARKAT. Supermarket. Yep. If you guys were wondering, I've been asked about this before. Some of my students have never heard the word groceries. All it is just food. And so, actually, I should say this. I should say raw or fresh food, not cooked. So, yeah. So basically, any not cooked food is called groceries. Yeah, very good. So you get that at a supermarket. 3 is you can buy medicine here. Pharmacy. Well done. PH. Yeah. ARMACY. Pharmacy. Yep. There's another one, you guys, that speaking of those 2 letters that make one sound, PH, right? That always makes an F sound. Yeah. So you guys probably noticed that. Words like phone, pharmacy, phonetics, blah, blah, blah. Yep. So PH makes an F sound. Good. How about this is an easy one. You can study here.
School.
Yeah. Yep. And again, this is that one where the CH combines to make a K sound, like school. Yep. Exactly. Very good. How about 5? Here you can see old things.
Museum.
That is museum. Yeah, exactly.
Museum.
Yeah. MUSEUM, museum. Good job. Yep. Oh, this is an easy one. You can see lots of animals here. Yeah. That was pretty easy since they gave us the Z. Yeah. It's just zoo. Nice. 7 goes, you can buy bread here. Anybody know this? Bakery. Yeah. I love bakeries. Yeah. In Chiang Mai, I don't know if anybody's ever been here. In Chiang Mai, there's one of my favorites I've been to a few times is called the Lana Bakery. And that's a Aroy Mak, very delicious here in Chiang Mai. I don't know if anybody's ever been here. But yeah, places you can buy bread, bakery. Now, where can you, number 8, keep your money?
Bank.
At a bank. Yep, that's BANK. BANK, bank. 9 is, so this isn't a hospital, but you can see a doctor here.
Clinic.
Yeah. That's the same word in Thai, isn't it? It's just like clinic in Thai. Yeah. I think I looked that up once. It's the same word. Yeah, just clinic. 10 goes, you can exercise here.
Gym.
Yep. Gym is just GYM. There's one thing about this, you guys. Gym is actually short for the long word, which is gymnasium. Yep. Yeah, but since that's such a long word, we just shorten it to gym. So very good. This one's an easy one. Where can you eat? Restaurant. Yeah. Ran Ahan, I think is how you say that. Ran Ahan, restaurant. Yeah. So RESTAURANT. Yep. I'll share this really quick, you guys. When I was a kid, it took me, for some reason, I always thought that this word, because of the way it sounds, was restaurant, like that. I always thought it was ARAUNT. Just because at the end it sounds like aunt, but it's not spelled like that. So I always spelled this wrong, but it's actually AURANT. A-N-T. For when I was a kid, I always spelled this word wrong until I finally realized, okay, it's A-U-R-A-N-T. So easy word to misspell, basically. So you can eat at a restaurant. How about this one? You can buy a postage stamp here.
Post office.
Post office.
There you go. Post office. Yep. P-O, this is 2 words. P-O-S-T O-F-F-I-C-E. Very good. Yep. So you can buy postage stamps at the post office. 13, I think I know this one. You can get on a plane here.
Airport.
Airport. Yeah. I believe in Thai, that is Sanam Bin. Sanam Bin Airport. So, yep. A-I-R-P-O-R-T. 14. Ooh, where could you buy a cat?
Pet shop.
Pet shop. Yeah. Yep. So that is just P-E-T-S-H-O-P. Now this one's kind of funny. I did this. I think it was yesterday or maybe Monday, and in one of my other classes, my student said cat shop, which yeah, if you're gonna buy a cat, I suppose there you would go to a cat shop, but I don't think there's such thing as a cat shop, but you would say pet shop. Yeah. Unless there's pet shops that all they do is sell cats, you'd probably call it a cat shop. But no, the answer is pet shop. 15 goes, you can play outside here.
Park.
Yeah, P-A-R-K. Yep. Play outside at the park. And this is that one that most of my students don't know. A place where you can walk. So it goes blank, 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 E, blank, A, blank, blank. Now, think about this word for a second, guys. This one's actually worth going to the whiteboard for. Because there's something I want to, I'm going to try to draw for you guys, okay? Now, let me erase all this. And so remember that the word is this, right? Blank, 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 E, blank, A, blank, blank, okay? So what they're talking about is something that would look like this. Let's say you have a street, okay? Now the street is going down. It's going to kind of look like this, okay? So we got all little lines in it. So what they're talking about is you're by a street, okay? But this is what's going to happen. So they're talking about this street, but then next to it is you would have something about maybe this wide, okay? And this is where, I'm bad at drawing, but I'm going to try this. This is where people would be, okay?
I got it.
Yeah, so what they want us to answer is, what is this thing called?
Sidewalk.
Somebody knew it. What was it? Sidewalk. That is correct. Yep. So it's actually S-I-D, E, and then W-A-L-K, sidewalk. Yep. So it's kind of a, the clue is very wide open, like, well, you can walk many different places, but that is right us to say at the end is sidewalk. Very good. Yep. So S-I-D-E-W-A-L-K. So well done. Yeah, that's the most difficult one. So good job, guys. I think the answer key is all on the back side here. Yeah. Yep. So here are all 16 of the right answers. It looks like we got them all correct. I forgot about one thing. The American version where I'm from is sidewalk. If you're in England, British people actually call it pavement. Now that has a different meaning in America. So you can either call it a sidewalk to sound like American or a pavement to sound like British. So good. Yep. So well done with that, guys. 16 places around a town. So how about we do this, you guys? Just like with the maze, let's practice pronouncing these words, and then we're going to go to something that I have that's also dealing with places. It's a map. Okay. So before we do that, let's do a little more putam-pom, you guys. So number 1, if you want to repeat after me, library.
Library.
Library. Good. Supermarket.
Supermarket.
Good. Pharmacy.
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 Yeah. School. Yep.
School.
Yeah. School. Good. Museum.
Museum.
Zoo.
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 Yeah. Bakery.
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 Good. Bank.
Bank.
Bank. Yeah. Yep. Clinic. Clinic. Very good. Gym.
Gym.
Yeah. Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Yep. Post office.
Post office.
Office.
Yeah. Airport.
Airport.
Good. Pet shop.
Pet shop.
Shop.
Yeah. Or cat shop. Park.
Park.
And sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Very good. Yep. So very nice. 16 places all around town. Yep. Almost every town will have all these things. So good job. Now, I wanted to do that one first, you guys, because now it's going to get, I think, a little more challenging. Okay. Now we're going to look at a little bit of maps and directions. Okay. One of my favorite things to study. So this is called Where Are You? Right? Yeah. So a lot of things we just saw in this exercise, we see on this map, like the bakery, library, right? Things like that. But there's a lot of new ones. We have things like a department store, aquarium, swimming pool, cinema, right? So we're adding a bunch of more things to the town. And the main thing we're now doing, you guys, is we need to finish these sentences with the right prepositions. So what we're choosing is things like at, behind, between, in the center of, next to, near, on the right of, or on the left of. And then we have this word opposite, right? So we need to look at this map and see if we can get all these questions or these statements with the right preposition to describe them. Okay, so to make this all one page, I got to make this kind of small, but hopefully you guys can still read it. Okay, I know it's kind of tiny, but if you notice number one, you guys, this one they give for us. They say Primrose Town. Now that's the whole thing that we're looking at, right? Is a small town blank the coast. Now we see the ocean or the sea right there. So if you guys knew this, if you are right by the ocean, we say on the coast. So the correct answer is the preposition on. Okay, so they gave that one for us. Now let's see if we can get the next ones. Now again, we're using all of these prepositions in this box on the right, and they do mention this as well, you guys, is that many of these will be used more than one time, and a couple of these you could say more than one answer is correct, and we'll see those as we find them. Okay, so number one, Primrose Town is a small town on the coast. Okay, number two, the bookshop. Okay, the bookshop is blank. Pierre's Bistro. I think I heard both of the right answers already. So this one, you guys, has two possible answers. Somebody said behind, somebody said near. Both are correct. Yep. So behind is
too small.
Yeah.
Be too small.
How about now?
Okay.
Is this better?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I wish I could share the map and the questions in the same screen. I'll probably just have to keep going up and down. That's okay though. Yeah. So the correct answers, which I heard both mentioned, behind and near. Yep. So what you're looking at is you are on Primrose Boulevard. So what you would see right in the blue is Pierre's Bistro. The bookshop is behind it, but you could also say it is near. Good. Now, number three, guys, we actually have to fill in all three blanks. So it goes the Ritz Hotel, okay? The Ritz Hotel, the first thing we want to do is blank the corner of. Now, do you guys know, here's the Ritz Hotel. What would we use with blank the corner of?
On.
It's on the corner. Yep, that is correct. So the first one is on the corner, okay? Now, if we have a corner, we have to say both the street names. So if you look at the Ritz Hotel, what are the streets that it's on the corner of?
West Street.
West Street and
South Street.
South Street. That is correct. Yep. So all you'd say is the Ritz Hotel is on the corner of West Street and South Street right here. Very good. Yep. So if you say on the corner of, you always have two streets that make the corner. So you have to say the names of both streets. Well done. Yep, that's number 3. Now, number 4, now we go up to the bakery. It is blank, the pub and the art gallery.
Between.
Well done. Yep. So anytime you have 3 things, that's when you can use between. Yep. So the pub is here, art gallery is the white one, bakery is the green one, between those 2. Well done. Yep. Now here's number 5, the hospital. This is a good one. The hospital is blank the department store. What would we use here?
Opposite.
Opposite. Very good. Yep. Yeah. So that one, you guys, opposite, when we talk about like directions, that just means on the other side of the street. That's basically what opposite means. Okay. So I'll put this down here so you guys can see it. So opposite, right? Opposite means on. Yeah. On the other side of the street. Yep. Exactly. So that's opposite. Yeah. Now here's number 6, you guys. The gift shop. Now this one is, it says blank the left of the visitor center. What would we use with before the left? So it just goes blank the left.
And I see the picture before.
Yeah. So here's the gift shop, right? The blue one.
On the left.
Well, so we already have the left. Yeah. So the word we're missing is just the word on. Exactly. Yep. So you do say on the right of, on the left of. Yep. And in this case, the gift shop is on the left of the visitor center. Here's the blue gift shop. Here's the white visitor's office. Yeah. So good job with that one. Now let's see if we can do number 7. 7 has the swimming pool. Okay. Now the swimming pool is blank the Odeon Cinema. Now this one you got to look at close to. The swimming pool is this white one. Here's the Odeon Cinema.
In front of.
Exactly. Yep. So you picture yourself being here. You're standing on East Street, right? So to you, what you see is the swimming pool, and then the Odeon Cinema is here. So the swimming pool is in front of the Odeon Cinema. Yep. Now, this is another one where you could just say near as well. Okay. Just like number 2, behind or near, in front of or near. So good job. Yep. So you're standing right here, right? What you see is the swimming pool. Behind it is the Odeon Cinema. So the pool is in front of it. Well done. Good job. Let's go back up to number 8, you guys. 8 is the town hall. Okay. Now look at where the town hall is. That's the blue building. And it says the town hall is blank main square. Now, if you kind of think of it, the main square is this whole area here. So town hall would be.
Can I on the right side? On the right?
Well, technically they just have an arrow going to the name, but the town hall is literally the blue building, right? So this is town hall, is this blue building. So if you look at what I drew, we got main square and this dot. So where would you say this dot is?
Middle.
Yep. And another word for middle is?
Middle of.
In the middle of or in the?
Middle.
Yeah. I think somebody got it. Yep. You would say it is in the center of. Exactly. Yep. So if you look at this, main square is this area, right? The building is town hall. So the building is in the center of the main square. Very good. Yep. That's a good one. In the center of. Now, let's see, guys. Let's try number 9 now. There is a clothes shop, okay, blank Primrose Boulevard. Now, we do see the clothes shop right up here. All we would say is it is yeah, what do you guys think of this one? The clothes shop and Primrose Boulevard. Now, this is basically, I can tell you guys, the 3 choices we'd probably have is in, on, or at. Which one do you think we would use? Do you think we'd say in Primrose Boulevard, at Primrose Boulevard, or on? It is on. Yep, exactly. So whenever you're describing something in relation to the street where you find it, you just say on. So for example, where I live in Chiang Mai, I could say like my condo is on, I guess my street, if you guys know Chiang Mai, Huai Gao Road. Okay, so you just say whatever the street is, where this building is, you always say it's on that street. So very good. Yep. So all they're just saying is there's a clothes shop on Primrose Boulevard, and we see it right there. Okay. Now here's number 10, the library. Okay. The library is blank the swimming pool. Now this could be probably a couple things. The library is the orange one, swimming pool is the white one.
Next to.
Or yeah, so there's another possibility. Next to
on the left,
or
on the left.
Yes, exactly. You could also say on the left of, and that's another one, you guys. Very good point. Now basically you're on East Street, and again, you are here, right? So you're looking at both the swimming pool and the library. The library would be on your left, right? But you can also say it is next to. Yep, very good. Yeah, so again, some of these, like we've seen already, there are more than one possible answers. So we had behind and near, we have in front of and near. Now we have next to or on the left of, if you are standing here on East Street. Good job. Yep, got that one on. Now, here's number 11. What about the Odeon Cinema? And it says it is blank the gift shop. So now we got the Odeon Cinema and the gift shop.
Behind.
It's behind. Yep. Now, that is another one that there's 2 possible answers. You could again say near if you wanted to. Yep. So near, near is that works for this. Maybe also if it was like the aquarium is near the cinema, something like that. But with this one, you guys, you imagine you are standing here, right, on Primrose. You see the gift shop. Odeon Cinema is behind it. Yep. Well done.
Teacher Love?
Yeah.
Can I use the next to?
Actually not quite. And the reason for that, I was going to kind of point this out, is well, maybe I'll go back to the whiteboard to show you guys. So there is a little bit of a difference between near and next to. Let's say if I had like 2 circles, okay? This you guys, I would say, if you look at this would be near, okay? So you got one circle, another circle, I'd say they're near. But next to, that's a little bit different. Next to would be something like this, right? To where there's nothing else in between. So if something like there's no space or anything for anything else to be in, that's when you use next to, okay? So like in my example, the sidewalk is near the street, but if it was right here, right, and nothing else was in between it, then you would say it's next to, like right there. right? So yeah, next to is all about there's no space in between. Here we got, you could put something else. So you just say, oh, it's near there, but that's kind of the difference between the two. So if you, that's a good question. If you look at this map, right, I'll go back to sharing this here. There is space between the cinema and the gift shop. So you wouldn't necessarily say next to, but for example, the visitor office, right, that is next to the gift shop. There's nothing in between. So yeah, so kind of that's the big difference between near and next to. Near is kind of like here and here. Next to is like this, and there's nothing else. So good question. Yep. Let's try number 12, you guys. 12 is the pet shop. Now, all this says is it is blank the end of North Street, and we see it up here. So what word do we use with the end of a street? You already know? Now, this is another one, guys. It's either going to be in, on, or at.
At.
It is at. Yep. The end of the street, you guys, we always use with the word at. So we say, yep, the pet shop is at the end of North Street. Good job. And we do see that up here. Well done. So just a couple more, you guys. 13, the bus station. Now we say the bus station is blank the visitor's office. Now again, you are here on Primrose. So what would we say about the bus station and the visitor office? Two possible answers.
Opposite.
Not quite opposite. That would be if it was on the other side of the street.
On the right.
Yeah. But if we're looking at it from here, right, if we're standing here, the bus station is the green one, would actually be on the right of, yeah. And then again, you can also say next to, right? So we do have next to or on the right of for number 13. Yep. Bus station is the green, visitor's office is the red. So it's either from where we're standing, which is here, it's going to be on the right of, or you can just say next to. Good job with that one. Yeah. Now, here's the very last one. We got 2 blanks to fill in. The pub, right? The pub is blank the library and blank the bakery. Now, look at the pub, and where is the library?
Between.
Oh, not quite between. Nope. So the pub is the blue, the library is the orange. Now, remember that thing being about on the other side of the street. So the pub is opposite the library. Exactly. Yep. So it's on the other side of East Street, right? The pub is the blue, the library is the orange. So we have opposite the library. Very good. Yep. On the other side of East Street. And it says blank the bakery. Now again, we're standing here and looking at it, right? This is another one where you could say 2 things.
Next to.
Pub and bakery. Yeah?
Yep.
On the right.
Yeah, exactly. You can say next to or on the right of. Very good. Yep. So the pub is on the right of or next to the bakery, opposite the library. So yeah, you can do a lot of these, and the main thing about this is just practicing all of these prepositions, right? At, behind, between, in front of, or just in the center of, next to, near, on the right, on the left, opposite, all those things. So very good job, guys. So now that we looked at this map, we answered these all correctly. Here's the answer key, all the ones that we did. And actually we added a couple more that the answer key does not have, but it is still acceptable, right? Like next to, on the right of, those are both correct answers, that kind of thing.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we have to use off? On the right of, on the left of?
Yeah. So that's a good question. When we say of, if you notice, if we left it out, it would just sound like, well, the gift shop is on the left, the visitor's office. That's not correct grammar. So, since because you're describing something in relation to something else. So, if you think about, if you asked a question, maybe like, oh, hey, the Ritz Hotel is on the corner. And if you want to know what corner, you have to go, well, on the corner of where? And then you'd have to say West Street and South Street. So if you leave it out, it doesn't tell, we can't just say, oh, it's on the left bakery, right? Or on the left of the bakery. You have to say on the left of whatever thing it is. I hope that helps. Because you have to describe, what we're doing here is we're describing things in relation to everything else. Yeah. Yep. And so it wouldn't be correct grammar just to say, oh, it's on the right, the library, right? You have to say it is on the right of the library. Yeah, so good question with that. So now you guys, I think that we'll be able to do something similar to this. I think maybe I could, well, I guess that we could try to do this for a little bit. I want to see if some of us can maybe practice a little bit of giving directions using this map. Okay, so there's a few other things that we probably would need to say. I learned these in Thai probably like 2 years ago. I hardly remember any of them, but I do remember you have like leo sai, leo kwa, I think. So that would be like turn left on, turn right on. We also have like go straight, or another way of saying that would be go along. I believe in Thai that is trong pai, go straight or go along. Exactly. So when we give directions, we'll probably use some of these phrases. Okay. So I want to ask you guys if anyone can kind of, help to do this. I'll choose a couple of places on this map, and basically, let's do this. Yeah. I'm at the blank. Okay. How do I get to the blank? Okay. So that's kind of what this exercise is. So if I said something like this, right? Let's see, let me look at the map, and maybe I'll do, well, I can just look at this map. Maybe I'll do something like this, you guys. If I said, oh, this is a good one. I am at the bus station. Okay. So if you look at the map, okay, I'm at the bus station. Now, how do I get to, I'm going to choose pet shop. Okay. So the question is, I'm at the bus station. How do I get to the pet shop? Okay. So I'm down here. Now, does anybody know what would be the first thing I would say? Trong pai. Probably go straight or go along.
You make a turn right.
Primrose Boulevard. Yep, exactly.
South Street.
Turn right at the T junction.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. So now we're going to have this. Turn right on South Street, right? Exactly.
Right on, to right on.
Yep. So we turn right. Yeah.
Go ahead and North Street.
Yeah. So then we have go along or Trong pai. So we've done all of Primrose up to this point. Yep. And then we turned right. Go along or go straight.
Go straight
to
North Street.
North Street. Yeah. So notice, guys, South Street changes to North Street. So you just go straight to North Street. And now you can say a couple things about the pet shop. It is.
Pet shop is right hand.
His is your left hand.
Yeah, it's on your left. Yep. So we're going that way. So we walked up here. This would be our left over here. Yep. Now, what else could you say about the pet shop? You'd say it's on your left next to
department store.
next to the department store. Very good. Yep. And there's one other thing we could say. It is this one at the end of North Street, right? Number 12. So, yeah. So very good, you guys. So the whole way you could write this, right? And there would be a lot. I wish I had more room. I would put this somewhere. But so you would, like the last sentence you would say is you would say the pet shop, right? The pet shop is on your left next to the department store, right? And then you could also say at the end of North Street. Exactly. Yep. Now, you don't necessarily have to say all those things, but I think that sounds the best. So good. The pet shop is on your left next to the department store at the end of North Street. So good job. Yep. So we took this part all the way over here, took South Street up to North Street, and there we are at the pet shop. So good job with that. Yep. This, you guys, this is one thing I like to say. A lot of people just say the pet shop is on the left. Now, what I usually do is I don't say just on the left. I want to say on your left. Okay. And the reason you say that is because, you know, left and right, again, that's all just in relation to where we are. You know, if I'm here, wherever that is, if I'm walking this way, right, this way up, then yeah, it's on the left. But if I'm coming down, you know, then like the main square or the gift shop, that's all going to be on my left if I'm going this way. So rather than just say the left or the right, it actually is more useful to say your left or your right, because that changes depending on which way you're walking. Right? So yeah, so that would be the last thing I would say. So if you notice the whole example, guys, it would go like this: go along Primrose Boulevard, right? I started at the bus station. Okay, so go along Primrose at the end of North Street. That's exactly how I would say that. So very good. Yeah. So since we got a map, I think it's always useful to do a little bit of directions as well. Okay. So maybe we'll do another one. Now I'll use this map, and maybe now you guys, I'll stay at the bus station, but now I want to go to, let's go to the bakery. Now this is a little more difficult. So you start here and you'd say,
Yes.
go straight. Yep.
Yes.
And you want it on Primrose.
On the Primrose.
Yep. Primrose Boulevard. Then what?
Right.
Right on
the South Street.
Exactly.
You make a turn right.
Turn right again. Yep. On
Right. East Street, right?
East Street. Yep. And then where is the bakery?
The bakery is on
It's
the
left side.
Exactly. And what else can we say? Between Art
Gallery and pub.
Very good. Yep. It is on your left between the art gallery and the pub. Very good. Yeah. So this one was go straight. You got 2 right turns, right? Turn right at South Street, turn right at East Street. Yep. Yeah. Now, there's one more you could say here, you guys. You could say something like go through the main square. So you could say that. Yep. Because you got Town Hall, you kind of have to either go through this way, or if you walk past Town Hall, you got to go through this way. Yep. So you could probably say something like go through the main square. That would make sense as well. Yep. Yeah. And then you're already right at East Street, go through the main square. Okay. Then the pub is, or the bakery is on your left between the art gallery and the pub. So well done. Like I said, I always like practicing this. Directions are something that are very important to be able to do. And mostly just because there's so many prepositions that we can do. So, and it's always good to make sure we have those correct. So very good. Maybe let's try a different one, you guys. Let's try this one. Now let's say I'm at the, how about I'm at the park, okay? So if you guys see where the park is, I'm at the park, okay? Now, from the park, how do I get to Pierre's Bistro if I'm at the park? So I'm down here and I want to go near.
Okay.
All right.
Go stairs
Go
and
straight.
turn right at
Turn left.
the
Not turn
intersection
right.
on the
Yeah.
southeast and go straight and turn
Good.
right again
Yep.
on Primrose and
Yep.
go stairs and อะไรนะอ่านว่าอะไร
Pierre
Bistro is on your right side.
Exactly. Yep. You guys both got that right. Primrose Boulevard, Pierre Bistro is on your right. Very good. Yep. Now, again, just like in the answers, you could say something like it's on your right, in front of the, what is it in front of? In front of the bookshop, right? So we had seen in that answer that the bookshop was behind Pierre's Bistro. So you could use the opposite of behind. And now you could say it is in front of the bookshop. You could do something like that. Very good. Because mainly we do that because this pink building, we don't know what that is. So there's some building that it's next to, but we don't know what it's called. So you could say, well, Pierre Bistro is on your right in front of the bookshop, for example. Well done with that one. Good. Maybe we'll try another one here, you guys. Now let's maybe do this. So that was the Park to Pierre's Bistro. Okay. Now, if I am, let's say I'm at the library. Okay. So I'm at the library. How do you guys, do I get to the clothes shop? Down here.
Go straight.
Go straight. Okay, so I'm at the library.
The left
Yep.
on South Street.
Good.
And
Turn left.
cross shop is on your right near. No. It's right.
Yep. So it is on your right.
The right side
The right, yeah.
of South Street.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's on the corner of what? South Street and
Rose Boulevard.
Primrose Boulevard. Exactly. Yep. So that's how you would say that last part. You would say the clothes shop is on your right, right? And then you could say on the corner of South Street and Primrose Boulevard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's always good to mention that if something you're looking for is on the corner, right? And again, when you do that, right, you always have to state the two streets that make this corner. So you say, oh yeah, you can't miss it. It's on the corner of South Street and Primrose Boulevard, right? Yeah, exactly. Now, anything else I don't see a lot, you could maybe say it's near Pierre Bistro, near the bookshop or something like that. But notice, guys, that just like in Thai, when you say, I think you say glai for near, near doesn't tell you exactly where something is. It just means it's close, so it's like, well, if the clothes shop is near the bookshop, which it is, but that probably wouldn't help someone because you don't know, is it like that way or that way or that way or that way, So near doesn't tell us that. That just says that it's not far away, but we don't know like in what direction, So I probably wouldn't say near anything. I would just say, turn left on South Street, right? The clothes shop is on your right, and then you would just say on the corner of South Street and Primrose Boulevard. So good job, everybody. Well done with that. So like I said, this can be one of the more challenging things of English is using all of these prepositions in the right way. But and they especially, come in handy when you're giving directions. So yeah, so the last thing we said in the first one, the pet shop is on your left next to the department store at the end of North Street, right? And then this last one that we did, you could say the clothes shop is on the corner of South Street and Primrose Boulevard. And then that's in addition to telling them where to walk, basically. So good job, you guys. So all about where are you, right? We looked at that, looked at places around town. We answered 16 of those. And then we just warmed up with a silent letter maze, very useful as well. So I believe the instructor asked me that we do a break right now, about 10 minutes. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll do a 10-minute break here since it is, how do you say, by Song Krung. Is that right? 2:30? I think that's right. By Song Krung. Yes.
Oh, very good.
หลังไมค์กับอาแว่นเหมือนกันบอกว่าโอ้โหเรียนกันเข้าใจไหมเนี่ยอังกฤษล้วน
Yeah. So for everybody, just so we all see this, right? Let's take a 10-minute break now and meet back here at 41. I guess technically it's 2:31. So let's do 10 minutes. We'll meet back here in 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So thanks, everybody. See you in 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much for first session again.
You're welcome.
Okay. ครับนิสิตผู้เข้าร่วมอบรมทุกท่านนะครับเดี๋ยวช่วง10 นาทีเบรกนะครับเราจะทำการลงทะเบียนกันนะครับโดยส่งลิงก์ Google Form ให้ทาง Chatbox Zoom นะครับทุกท่านไปดูจากตรงนั้นได้เลยนะครับก็ขอบคุณทุกท่านนะครับในช่วงที่1ผ่านไป Where are you นะครับเราอยู่ตรงไหนก็ขอบคุณนะครับทุกท่านนะครับผมนั่งเรียนกันในห้อง10 ทุกท่าน
ขออนุญาตผอ.ใช้นะคะมีนิสิตจากวส.จันทบุรีเข้าร่วมด้วยค่ะ
อาจารย์สาธุครับผมอาจารย์สุพิชิตค่ะ
วิทยาแก้วพลทองค่ะอาจารย์ราชการค่ะ
วิทยาเขตสุรินทร์ก็เข้าร่วมค่ะชั้นปี1
สุรินทร์นี่ประจำเห็นบ่อยจำหน้าได้แล้วจำหน้ามจ.สุรินทร์ได้หลายคนแล้วปัตตานีก็เห็นมานะปัตตานีสุพรรณบุรีนะครับหลายท่านผมก็จำได้บ้างไม่ได้บ้าง
ปัญญาเข้ามานะครับนครสวรรค์เข้ามาแล้วนะครับจะเข้าชานิดนึงติด2
อาจารย์
ครับผมครับ
ฟังเสียงอาจารย์ลอฟนี่เหมือนนั่งฟังข่าวจาก BBC นะครับผมเสียงอาจารย์สุดยอดมากเลยชอบภาษาไทยได้บ้างนิดหน่อยนะครับท่านไหนท่านไม่เข้าใจถ้าไม่เข้าใจประโยคไหนนะครับ
ขออนุญาตครับมีสิทธิ์วิไลส่งพุทธปัญญาศรีทวารวดีก็เข้าครับ
ครับผมสาธุ
นั่นแหละมีก้าวหน้าพูดช้าๆหน่อยได้ไหมครับ
ได้ครับ
ฟังไม่ทันเลยอาจารย์
นี่แหละเวลาเราไปคุยกับชาวต่างชาติจริงๆเขาก็จะแบบลักษณะพูดธรรมชาติของเขานะครับ
อาจารย์มองจอแล้วรู้สึกเมาเวียนหัวไปนิดนึงพอดีมันเลื่อนขึ้นเลื่อนลง
ได้เทคนิคการสอนดีมากเลยครับอาจารย์
อ๋อค
พอ
รับ
ดี
อา
ผม
จารย์วัด
ผมเป็นครูครับครูสอนอยู่ที่โรงเรียนช่องแคพิทยาคมนครสวรรค์ครับผมมาฟังก็ดีมากเลยครับ
สาธุสาธุดีครับผมท่านที่เก่งภาษาอังกฤษอยู่แล้วก็เทคนิคการสอนได้เลยครับอันนี้คุณครูโรงเรียนป่ากล้วยวันนี้เข้ามาหรือเปล่าคุณครูทางชุมแพเข้ามาไหมวันนี้ในช่วงเปิดห้องแรกๆนะครับ เห็นน้องๆเด็กๆเข้ามาหลายท่านเลยนะครับเห็นมีครูบาอาจารย์มีเจ้าหน้าที่มีนิสิตหลายท่านเลยนะครับจากหลายภาคส่วนนะครับก็ด้วยความยินดีนะครับด้วยความพัฒนาทักษะภาษาอังกฤษของตนเองซึ่งปัจจุบันนี้เป็นในรูปแบบของการออนไลน์แล้วเนี่ยเป็นโอกาสนะครับเป็นโอกาสที่เราจะได้เรียนรู้นะครับเปิดเป็นที่เดียวบางทีบางครั้งนะครับมันก็มีข้อดีข้อเสียเช่นเราเปิดฟังจาก YouTube อะไรต่างๆนานาเนี่ยบางครั้งเรามีคำถามแล้วก็ถามได้นะครับมีโอกาสบางครั้งบางทีบางคำเราไม่เข้าใจใช้ไม่เหมือนกันออกเสียงไม่เหมือนกันเรามีโอกาสถามครูบาอาจารย์ก็ถามนี่เลยนะครับแล้วผมเองผมก็ฝึกภาษาอังกฤษนะครับจากการดูหนังครับดูหนังเป็นส่วนใหญ่แล้วก็ฟังเพลงนะครับแล้วก็บางคำไหนที่เราไม่เข้าใจบางคำไหนที่เราออกเสียงไม่ได้ผมก็จะคลิกโปรแกรมเข้าไปแล้วก็ออกเสียงตามครับฝึกเรียนรู้ไปเรื่อยๆเหมือนท่านอาจารย์คณบดีท่านกล่าวในตอนต้นว่าท่านเองก็เรียนภาษาอังกฤษด้วยตนเองนะครับยิ่งฟังประวัติครูบาอาจารย์หลายท่านที่เรียนภาษาอังกฤษนะครับต้องใช้คำว่าเมื่อก่อนนี้ต้องแอบเรียนกันเลยทีเดียวนะครับต้องแอบเรียนกันต้องหนีไปเรียนแอบไปเรียนนะครับโดนจับว่าก็ไล่ออกจากวัดบ้างอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับเรื่องของภาษาอังกฤษเนี่ยปัจจุบันนี้ก็มีโอกาสวันที่30 สิงหาคมนะครับจะเป็นเรื่องของ talking about coloring นะครับพูดเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของการเป็นขันซึ่งก็จะเป็นวิทยากรก็มีติดสปีกเกอร์นะครับจากอเมริกาเหมือนกันนั่นก็คือท่านอาจารย์เซนรานะครับอาจารย์เซนราก็จะคุ้นเคยกับสถาบันภาษามจ.เป็นอย่างดีนะครับเพราะอาจารย์เซนราสอนเป็นอาจารย์ที่สถาบันภาษาปีแหละนะครับ3 ปีทุกวันนี้ก็จะเจอกันทางออนไลน์เกือบทุกสัปดาห์นะครับล่าสุดก็เมื่อวันเสาร์ที่ผ่านมานะครับอาจารย์เซนราก็สอบสัมภาษณ์ภาษาอังกฤษนิสิตปริญญาเอกมจ.โคราชมานะครับแล้วก็ในวันที่13ที่จะถึงนี้นะครับอาจารย์ไม่ใช่อาจารย์เซนราแต่อาจารย์ลินดานะครับลินดาเพราะว่านะครับในวันที่13นี้ท่านอาจารย์ลินดาอาจารย์เซนราแล้วก็จะไปสอบภาษาอังกฤษมจร.หนองคายนะครับมีนิสิตมจร.หนองคายนิสิตมจร.หนองคายอยู่ในนี้ไหมป.เอกที่กำลังจะสอบภาษาอังกฤษวันที่13นี้แต่เห็นมีบุคลากรจากมจร.หนองคายเข้ามาอยู่นะครับ
มีค่ะพระอาจารย์เป็นนิสิตค่ะแต่อยู่เรียนปี3 ปริญญาตรีค่ะเราไม่ได้ลงทะเบียนไหมคะพระอาจารย์ถึงโหลดไฟล์ลงทะเบียนที่พระอาจารย์ส่งให้ห้องแชทไม่ได้เลยค่ะ
ไม่ต้องโหลดคลิปเข้าไปได้เลยครับ
ไม่ได้เลยค่ะ
ได้
ไม่เป็นไรค่ะพระอาจารย์
สุวรรณภูมิศรีสุวรรณภูมิสุพรรณบุรีศรีสุวรรณภูมินะครับด้วย
ประการค่ะท่านเป็นกิจกรรมที่ดีมากค่ะติดตามทุกกิจกรรม
เพราะความเมตตาจากท่าน
ผอ.
เจอทำไมล่ะ
มีประมาณกิจกรรมครับแล้วก็เขาเรียกว่าอะไรดีล่ะครับ เราต้องจะใช้คำว่าอะไรดีถึงจะเหมาะสมและก็สุภาพนะครับ เราใช้คำว่าขอซื่อสัตย์กับตัวเองนิดนึงนะครับในการลงทะเบียนก็พยายามรณให้กับตัวเองแค่นั้นก็พอไม่ต้องลงเผื่อเพื่อนนะครับไม่ต้องลงเผื่อเพื่อนนะครับก็หลายครั้งที่ผ่านมาทุกครั้งที่ผ่านมาก็ปรากฏมีหลายครั้งหลายทุกรอบนะครับในการลงทะเบียนให้เพื่อนนะครับก็พยายามไม่ลงทะเบียนเพื่อจริงๆแล้วได้ได้วุฒิบัตรไปแต่เราไม่ได้ความรู้อะไรไปเนี่ยก็ไม่ได้เป็นปัญหาสำคัญที่สุดเราได้ฝึกภาษาอังกฤษมาเรียนรู้ภาษาอังกฤษยิ่งสำคัญที่สุดไม่รู้อะไรเลยเนี่ยอย่างน้อยเราก็รู้ว่าเวลาเจ้าของภาษาเขาพูดด้วย pronunciation เนี้ยนะครับเราจะเข้าใจไหมนะครับเราก็ได้ฝึกได้พูดได้ตอบโต้
อาจารย์ครับพอดีแบบฟอร์มที่ลงทะเบียนออนไลน์นะครับมันเหมือนกับเป็น talking about food and culture นะครับ
เอาเหรอครับไม่นะก็ปกตินะ
มีแกนดามีอะไรแล้วก็ชื่อเนาะ
นมัสการครับอาจารย์
ครับ
อาจารย์ครับบางครั้งนี่แบบว่าลงทะเบียนสมัครแล้วครับแต่ว่า
สอบไม่ได้ไม่มีแบบทดสอบนะครับเราไม่มีแบบทดสอบให้ทำเรามีแค่แบบฟอร์มให้ลงทะเบียนซึ่งอาจจะเกิดจากเราลงทะเบียนเป็นภาษาไทยทำให้เราไม่ได้วุฒิบัตรนะครับ2เราพิมพ์อีเมลไม่ถูกต้องเราก็เลยไม่ได้วุฒิบัตรเวลาส่งไปแล้วมันถ้าเป็นอีเมลที่ไม่ได้เลยแล้วมันก็จะให้เราลบออกนะครับแล้วบางท่านอาจจะส่งถูกแต่ไม่รู้เกิดอะไรนะครับอีเมลรีพลายกลับมาว่าไม่พบที่อยู่ในแบบฟอร์มการลงทะเบียนเท่านั้นเพราะเรามั่นใจว่าท่านที่เข้าอบรมอยู่ในนี้ก็จะแบบฟอร์มการลงทะเบียนก็ลงทะเบียนผ่านกันเท่านั้นนะครับบางท่านก็ลงมาทางไลน์นะครับบางทีก็ทำให้บ้างไม่ได้ทำให้บ้างแต่ส่วนใหญ่ก็จะไม่ได้ทำให้นะครับที่มาทีหลังเนี่ยนะครับมันก็โอเคนะครับอาจารย์ลบ
ใช่
โอเคก็คือ session 3โอเคครับได้ครับเราเริ่มได้เลยนะครับ
Yeah. Should we continue? Yeah. So, well, welcome back, everyone. So, hey, y'all did very well in that first part of class. So, kind of just wanted to do a quick kind of review of everything that we practiced so far. So started out with that silent letter word maze, right? And the main thing, since we're talking about places, we looked at places around town, library, supermarket, zoo, clinic, all that kind of stuff. And then finally we looked at where we are and a little bit about the prepositions of place, right? That's kind of the main focus of that is when we use words like on, in, and at, and of course we have things like on the left, on the right. We do have between, that kind of good stuff. And so yeah, all of those what we're studying, these are all you guys called prepositions of place, and that is all these different ones. So y'all did really well with that. So, and then lastly, we were looking at how to give directions, right? So turn right, turn left, go along, right? Say something like the pet shop is on your left, next to the department store, at the end of North Street. I'll learn all of those prepositions of place that we have in English. So good job with everything, guys. So now, like I mentioned, I'll stop share for a minute. The main part of this was we're looking at some like famous place in Thailand, and I have a really good reading that we'll do as the main part of this second half of class. Okay, so that is, if I can pull it up here, I'm going to stop the share for just a second. Son, if I'm saying that right, Mahang Son, probably. So it's kind of a long thing, and it's very interesting. I know I'm living in Chiang Mai. I'm not too far from it, but this is the reading, and see if everybody can see this. I'll share the screen here. So this is just called Mahang Son Province. Okay. Now, there's it kind of tells us, you know, a lot of interesting things that I didn't know about Mahang Son. There's also some good pictures that come with it. And, you know, what they basically break it down into is, first, we're going to look at the geography, right? So where it is. Part two is a little bit of the history of Mahang Son. The third part, they don't talk a lot right in this part about it, but they have a bit on climate. You know, we know the climate of Thailand. So I think they actually, just kind of skip that part. 5 is some different symbols that we see that relate to this province. Part 6 is they don't really have this. Then the second part is local products, and then finally the 9th section of it is the culture. So they break that down into culture and lifestyle, events and festivals, and the last thing they mention is the local food. So, always my favorite thing to talk about, probably last, is local food of a place. So we're going to go through this, and at the end, there are a bunch of questions that we kind of just need to answer by going back to specific sections of the reading. So we're going to have example questions like, what is the former name of Mahang Son? What's its nickname? You know, and then we get into, like I said, they tell us what section the questions are answered in. So, but there's quite a few of these. There's questions about section 1, 2, not 3, but 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, and 9 has a few. And again, that's all about the culture and the food. So I think something that is one of my favorite places that I know of in Thailand. You know, I was having trouble choosing one because, you know, I could talk about Doi Intanon. I love it there. Chiang Dao, you know, Chiang Rai, Pai, and I could just go on and on. But I thought, you know, Mahang Son is a good one to read about, learn more about. So, so we'll go through this nice and slow. And I think what we'll do is, because it is kind of long, I'm going to stop after each section, and then we can go back and forth to answer the questions from that section, right? So we'll take some time to read part 1 about the geography, and then we actually have these 6 questions that all relate to geography. And I believe these first ones that aren't part of any section, we're going to answer these too. Mahang Son Province in Thai, I'm not sure how you say this. Is it just pronounced Mahang Son? Same way. Formerly called Mae Rong Son, also spelled these ways, Mahon, of the northern provinces of Thailand on the country's western border. Neighboring provinces are, clockwise from the north, Shan State of Myanmar, Chiang Mai, and Tak. To the west, the province borders Kayin State and Kaya State of Myanmar. Okay. Mahang Son's nickname is the City of Three Mists. It is hemmed in by the high mountain ranges of the Shan Hills and is the most mountainous province in Thailand, occupying 13,814 square kilometers. The province is often covered with mist. Mahang Son Town was originally established in early 19th century as an elephant training camp, as ordered by the then king of Chiang Mai. Okay? So that's a little interesting intro. Now, try to remember some of this stuff, right? And I believe those first 3 questions are already answered. Number 1 is, what is the former name of Mahang Son? So that is, what did it used to be called? Meirongson. There you go. Yep. So it is now Meihongson. Its former name is Meirongson. Very good. Yep. So very good. So if I can get back to page 5, and yeah, we can just answer these like one at a time. So sorry, my PDF is kind of freezing up here. I'm not sure why. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so the former name, Meirongson here. Now, do you guys remember, and I can go back to it, question 2 is, what is Meihongson's nickname?
The city of the three
The city of three
The city
mists.
of three mists.
Yeah, very good. That is correct. So they call that the city of three mists. Now, this last one was a very specific number. How many square kilometers of Meihongson are mountainous? We're looking for square kilometers.
1,300. 13,840.
Yeah, that is correct. This is the answer here. Yep. So how we say this number, guys, is 13,814. Yep. So 13,814. Very nice. Yep. So very good. So many, many square kilometers. Yep. So I believe in Thai, if you say this number, Nungmun Song Pan Sipsi, I think, right? So 13,814. Yep, exactly. So I, coming from America, I'm still used to miles. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I know like we use really strange stuff in America. If you guys were wondering, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, if you guys wanted to know. So in square miles, the whole province is 5,334. So, and that if you multiply that times 1.6, you should get something like 13,814. So very good. Yep. So those 3 questions are already answered from the intro. Its nickname, or it used to be former name, Meirongson, and its nickname is the city of three mists. 13,814 square kilometers. Very good. Now we'll get into section 1 about geography. And again, there are 6 questions with this, 1.1 to 1.6. Okay. So I'll go back up and read a little bit more about the geography. So that starts here. And it says, Meihongson province is approximately 924 kilometers. Now again, that's 574 miles north of Thailand's capital city, Bangkok. To the north and west, it connects to a total of 3 states in the Union of Burma, namely the southern portion of Shan State, Kaya State, and Kothule State, if I'm saying that right, via the West Tanon Tongchai Mountains and the rivers Salween and Moe. These formations serve as natural borders, okay, between the countries. To the south, it connects to the district of Tasongyang and Tak via the rivers Yuam and Ngao, which serve as a provincial boundary. To the east, it connects to the districts of Wanhang, Changdao, Maitang, Meicham, Hat, and Omkhoi in Chiang Mai province via the central and east sections of the Tanan Tongchai mountain ranges, which serve as a boundary between the 2 provinces. So I don't, I'm probably not, I'm still not very good at Thai, so I'm probably not pronouncing some of these words. 1.1, the question here, you guys, how many rivers serve as a boundary between Meihongson and Myanmar? So if we look up here, I believe it was 2.
Salaween and Moe.
Yes, exactly. These formations serve as natural boundaries and between the countries. Exactly. So the formations are some mountains and the rivers Sal and Moe. Very good. Yep. So the question is how many? The answer is 2. Very good. Yep. Now, did you guys see number 2? How many districts in Meihongson share a border with Myanmar? How many districts? And I think it is 7. So, well, it says to the east, we have this, right? And that is, the Tongchai mountain ranges. And then they talked about Yeah, the portions that, okay, yeah, yep. So very good. So I think I see 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we'll look into the next one. How much of Maehangsson is a national forest reserve? Okay, so that gets into the next one. So here's a little bit more about those rivers and everything, or the borders. Okay, it says every district in Maehangsson province shares a common border measuring approximately 483 kilometers in total length with the Union of Burma. The common border consists of approximately 326 kilometers of land boundary and 157 kilometers of river boundary, not counting the Saline or the Moe. Okay, those combined have 127 and 150 or 30, so 157 total. Okay, yeah, so very good. Now it says most of the areas of Maehangsson province are the complex mountain ranges of the Thai highlands, parts of which are still covered with rainforest. Of the approximately 6,976,650 rai of national forest reserves, it is estimated that 88.02% in virgin forest, right? Now, I think that one answered one of the questions here. How much of Maehangsson is National Forest Reserve? Okay, now let's go back to this and see if we can see the keyword National Forest Reserve. Now, I think, I don't know, actually, maybe not, maybe I didn't read it yet. Let's see. Oh, no, wait, I think I did. Forest Reserve. Let's see if we can find that here. Oh, did you guys see that one? How much of it is pristine virgin forest? Oh yeah, here's the answer. Do you guys remember? How do we say this number? 6
million.
Yeah.
976,000.
Yep.
1,000. Yeah.
And then
650 right.
Exactly. Yep. So when those numbers get big, it takes a while to say them all in English. So if I spell this whole one out, right? 976,000, right? 976,000 and 650 rai. Yep. 600. I could say 650 rai. Very good. Yep. So that actually answers. Maybe I can bring this all the way down. Oh no, that's going to take too long. I'll just leave it here. So that's the answer to that next one. And then the next question was, let me see, maybe I can copy and paste this here. Yeah. So then the next question was, how much of it is pristine virgin forest? And yeah, so it doesn't give us a number, but it gives us a percentage. And that is 88.02%. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So that one's the answer to number this one, and this one is 88.02%. Yep. Very good. Yeah. Now, so we got both of those answered, right? Now, the next one is number 1.5. What ranges of mountains in Maehangsson mark the boundary between Thailand and Myanmar? So there's more than one mountain range, and I think we read about them. So I believe it is. No, we didn't. This is this one. Yep. The Den Lao Range in the northernmost portion of the province marks the northern boundary between Thailand and Burma, while the Dona Range in the west serves as the boundary between Thailand and Burma. So the two ranges are what? The Den Lao and Dona. Yep, Den Lao and Dona Range. Very good. Yeah, so we got that one answered as well. So Den Lao and Dona. Yep, very good. Oh, sorry, Den Lao and Dona. I think I'm spelling that right. Yeah, Very good. So those two ranges, right? One to the north, one to the west. So good. Now let's look for this next one, the last one from this section. What is the highest elevated point in the province? Okay, so I'll go back up here. So the whole thing goes the Denlao Range in the northernmost. Here we got this one. Then it says the Tanan Tung Chai Range in the east of the province serves as the boundary between the provinces of Mae Hong Son and Chiang Mai. Okay. Finally, it says the highest point in the province is Doi Mae Ya in the Pai district in the province's northeast at 2,005 meters elevation. So the answer to that next one is
2005.
2005. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So very good. So that's 2005 meters. We also have
a question according to this answer. If I do not say 2005 meters elevation, could I say 2005 meters above sea level?
You can. Yep, exactly. You can say elevation or you can say above sea level. Yep. Yeah, that's a very good question. A lot of times we're just thinking of, well, from the ground to the top, but that's not what it's measured by. It's measured by sea level to the top. Yep. So that is what elevation is. Good question. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so elevation and above sea level mean the same thing. Good question. Very good. Yeah. So nice. So now we know all about the geography, right? What it used to be called, its nickname, how many square kilometers. Then we got 2 rivers as a border between them and Myanmar. I believe we saw 6 districts that share a border. This big number, how much of it is National Forest Reserve? Almost 7 million rai, right? And then over 88% of it is pristine virgin rainforest. These are the 2 mountain ranges that make the border between Thailand and Myanmar. And then that point in Pai that is 2,000 meters elevation or above sea level. Good job, guys. That's part 1, all about geography. So now we're going to move into section 2. Okay. Now this is going to be a little different. This is going to be a little bit about its history. So it starts like this. The territory of Mae Hong Son province was formerly part of Mok Mai state, one of the Shan states, which had been founded in 1767 by Sai Kiao, I think I'm saying that right, hailing from a noble family of Chiang Mai. As a result of the Anglo-Siamese Border or Boundary Commission of 1892 and 93, Mae Hong Son district was ceded to Siam, but the adjacent Maung Mao and Mesakun Trans-Salween districts, also claimed by Siam, as territories located on the eastern side of the Salween River, were kept as part of British Burma. Okay, so let's stop there and see if they ask any questions that we've already answered. Number 2 is 2.1. When did Mae Hong Son become a part of Thailand? I guess that's the only question from this section. So when did it become a part of Thailand? So I think, yeah, that's all there is to the history. So it would be,
1892.
yeah. So I imagine that we just go with the end of this. So since that was a 2-year commission, I guess that it was technically given to Siam, which is Thailand. Technically, the answer would be 1893, since that was a 2-year long process. So yeah, so the territory was founded in 1767, but about 130 years later is when that commission, this word ceded, which means given to. So I don't know if you guys know this, but cede, right? If you say that, what that means is give to another country. Okay, so it was ceded, it was given to Siam, I would assume at the end of this commission. So the correct answer to that one should be 1893. That's when it was officially became a part of Thailand. So very good. Yeah, so that's only one question about the geography. Okay, now 3, they don't even have a section on climate. Hot and tropical, you know, just like where I am, where you guys are. So so we don't even talk about the climate. And we move on to part 4, which is demographics, very short topic. Okay. Now it says this. Part 4 goes, the population in the province, right, consists of hill tribe members. Now that includes Hmong, Yao, Lahu, Lisu, Aka, Karen, and the Shan. Okay. Now the last sentence goes, the province has the lowest population density of all Thailand provinces. Okay. So if we look at that sentence, the question is, what is special about the population?
Hill tribe.
So
Hill tribe.
Well, so yeah. So they want us to go with that last sentence.
Remember.
It has, yeah. So that last sentence is what's special about them. It has the lowest. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So what makes it unique? Now it is unique in that it's all hill tribe members, I would say, or most of it. Yeah. So it is kind of unique that 63% of it is hill tribes. But what they want us to say, what makes it unique in all of Thailand, is it has the lowest population density. Yep. So the book, the model answer anyway, is it has the lowest population density of all Thai provinces. Yeah, exactly. Now you could also say also 63% are hill tribe members. You could say something like that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would say both of those things actually are pretty unique or special about it. So good. So that answers the one question about the population or the people. Okay. Now the next thing we move on about the government and some other things kind of like that. Okay. So I'll read section 5. This is all about symbols. Okay. Yeah. So it starts here. The provincial seal. Now I'm probably not going to say this very well. Rup Chang Nai Tong Nam, meaning image of an elephant in a body of water, is a reference to the training of wild elephants for battle and various types of animal labor. Rup Chang Nai Tong Nam was selected as the provincial seal because it refers to the origin of Mae Hong Son's founding, which began with Lord Gao of Ma being sent to capture elephants for the Lord of Chiang Mai. This was in 1825 to 1846. Once in Mae Hong Son, he gathered the scattered Shan settlements to establish 2 main villages, Bang Pang Mu and Ban Mae Hong Son, that would be ruled by their elected leaders. Okay. Now, as it says, what is the official seal of Mae Hong Son? So if we go back up to this, the official seal is
รูปช้างในท้องน้ำ
Exactly. Yep. So it's all that thing here. So I guess I would say image of an elephant in a body of water. So I'm gonna put it in English because I don't read the Thai. So I'm just gonna put it as they put it in English. Image of elephant in a body of water. Yeah, that's their official seal. So very good. Oh, sorry, that answers this one. Nice. Now it says, what other provincial symbols are there of Mae Hong Son? So now we read through a little farther about some more. Okay. So we also have something like this. So it starts here. The provincial flag is horizontal, divided in dark brown, blue, dark brown. So remember, horizontal, side to side, right? In aspects of 1 to 3 to 1, with the image of the provincial seal in the middle of the flag. The provincial tree is Malaysia brandisiana in Thai, Krapchik no, Kapichan, maybe is how you say that. The provincial flower, tree marigold. In Thai, buatong. The official provincial slogan promoted by the Thai government is in Thai. I'm going to try to read this. I believe it's going to say, Moks, that means mists throughout the 3 seasons, the Kong Mu Monastery that scrapes the sky, verdant forests, gentle people, beautiful customs, renowned land of sunflowers. Very good. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for helping me with that Thai part. I probably would have butchered that. So that is their official slogan. There's a couple words from here I want to share, guys. You might not know this. Verdant, if you ever see that word, that just means like green and alive. So usually you would talk about a forest like that, verdant. The other one is renowned, and that one, you guys, means like well-known or popular or famous, that kind of thing. So yeah, so there's some good words in that slogan. So all we're asking, it asks, what are the other, I think, was it what or how many? I think it said what. Yeah, what other symbols are there? Okay, so when we look at provincial symbols, we're just listing the ones that they listed. So the other ones they have are a flag, tree, flower, and those are the other ones. So if we answer this one, it was flag, tree, flower, and slogan. Yep. Aside from the official other provincial symbols. They're good. Yep. And they asked, what is the official slogan of Mae Hong Son? Right. So we saw that all up here. I don't think I can probably cut and paste it, but yeah, this is it again in English. This throughout the 3 seasons, the Kongmu Monastery. Yep. So that one answered that one. So it's missed throughout the 3 seasons, etc. So maybe I'll just put it like this. Mists through. I'm just gonna do it like this. 3 seasons, and then I'll say etc. So do you guys know that letter ETC? ETC is a Latin phrase, and it actually stands for et cetera. Yeah, and that means yep, that means and so on. So if you don't keep writing the whole thing like I'm not going to do, right? I can just put missed throughout the 3 seasons, etc. That means and so on. Good. Now there's just a little bit one that is that section 6, which is like administrative things. Okay. So the one question we want to ask or answer is how many administrative divisions of Mae Hong Son are there? And then it also asks, what are they? So first we're going to see how many there are, okay? So if we go back up to administrative divisions, the province is subdivided into 7 districts. There are further subdivided into 45 sub-districts and 402 villages, okay? So the province, we got districts, right? And then we have sub-districts and villages. So try to remember the numbers, okay? So the first part of the question, how many districts are there?
7 districts.
There are 7. Yeah. Yep. So 7 districts, right? And if 7 districts, I'm sorry. And then it says, what are they? So they equal, right? Now we're looking just for the numbers. What was the first one? We have how many sub-districts?
45.
45. And then how many villages?
402 villages.
402. So 45 sub-districts, 402 villages. Yep, exactly. So we have 45 sub-districts and 402 villages. Yep. Yeah. So that actually answers that question. How many administrative divisions? What are they made of? 45 sub-districts and 402 villages. Good job. Yeah, that's a lot, actually. That's a lot more than I thought there would be there. Yeah, very good. Good. So that's the administrative stuff, right? Now we go on to this, all about traveling and getting there. Okay, so this is section 7, and this starts up here. Okay, so 7 is all about transportation, basically just 2 long sentences. Okay, both Mahung Sonites to and from neighboring Chiang Mai. Okay, the preferred mode of travel around the province is motorbike. Walking is the only travel option in the remote areas of the province, right? So you guys probably might know this word, remote. Usually means like far from cities or where most people live, right? That means remote. Yep. Very good. So if you guys notice, they give 3 travel options in this paragraph. Okay, so what do you guys think? What's one way people can travel to Chiang Mai? By
plane,
airplane. There you go.
motorbike,
Motorbike.
ปลายแอร์เพลน
Yep.
2 ปลาย motorbike
walk
Or walking. Yep, exactly. So by plane, motorbike, or just walking in the remote parts. Yep, exactly. So that's all ways people can travel. I actually didn't know this either. I did not know that there's an airport up there. I went by motorbike when I went there, but yeah. So very good. Now I like that part. I really like these last 2 because it's all about like what you see and experience there. And like I said, section 9 is my favorite one. It's all about the food. So yeah, so now we're on to section 8, like tourism. Okay, and the first question: what kind of sites are there in May? Okay, so let's go back up to section 8 about the sites, and it says tourism. Okay, tourists are attracted to the area due to its forests, mountains, valleys, indigenous wildlife, and hill tribes. Here's another big word, you guys. Does anybody know what indigenous means? Anybody know this word? I think
local people, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep. So basically the original people of a place, that is indigenous. Yeah, people or life, I should say, just in general, because you can say indigenous wildlife, like the plants and animals that have always been there. Yep. Exactly. Yep. That is the word indigenous. So there's section 8.1. And I believe in here, we're going to find the answer to just one question, 8.11. Okay. So this goes like this. It says, sorry, went too far. Sites and attractions. Okay. Wat Pratat Doi Kongmu, I believe, a temple erected by the first governor of Mae Hong Song, which reflects a strong Burmese influence. Tampla, Nam Tok Pasua Waterfall, Ban Rak Thai Village, Wat Nam Hu Temple, Huai Nam Dang National Park. So that was all, I think, section 8.1. Here's a few more. Buatong Fields at Doi Mae, is it Uko? So you'd say that? Nam Tok, or is it Yuko? Mae Uko. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nam Tok Mae Sorin National Park, Wat Chong Kam Temple, Pu Klon Country Club. That must be like a golf club up there. So yeah, now I'm probably not gonna, I can't like, cut and paste all of these. So maybe we can just see like common ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they list 8, 9, 10, 11. So maybe we'll just answer this like this. It says, what kinds of sites are there? I could say like 11 popular attractions. Maybe, yeah, according to this article. Yeah, I'm not going to list all 11 of them. Yeah, so good. But we do see, I guess you could say something like this. They're divided falls, forests, that kind of thing. Yeah. Right. Yep. So that's all about the sites. Now, the second half of section 8 is local products, and it asks, what kinds of local products are made in Mae Hong Son? So now we look back at local products. Okay. Now this starts here. Mae Hong Son is suitable for tea growing. And in the main area of tea plantations is Ban Rak Thai, a village near the border between Thailand and Burma. The traditional head cup worn by the Thai Yai is popular among visitors. Centers in the province sell a variety of handmade products from woven fabric to wickerware. Now, wicker, if you guys know this, wicker is the, for making, they mention maybe a few common local products. So one would be tea. Yep. Tea. Then we have coop, the headgear. Yeah. And then you could also say maybe woven fabric and wickerware. So yeah. So the main one's like tea, coop, and then yeah, yep. So I'll put it like this. I'm going to say tea coops, right? Yeah. And then I say woven fabric. Yeah, so that's just some of the things they mentioned. So good, very nice. So 3 common things you might find there. I didn't really know Mae Hong Son was known for its tea, but yeah, I guess that's a bit more about the culture and the food. My favorite topic, probably. So here's section 9. Okay, so we start here, and it says local culture 9.1, culture and lifestyle. Thai Yai, okay? The Thai Yai reside along the northern border with Burma. And I believe this is Karen, the Karen people. The Karen themselves are not one single group, but rather a mix of closely related tribes. Padong is a Kar language from the Shan state and the Kaya state. Amongst the smallest of the Karen tribes in Thailand are Kayen Lawi. This group's women are recognized by the large brass rings they wear around their necks. Oh, I saw this when I was there. Yeah, the brass rings. Okay, that's the Karen tribe. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's a little bit about the culture and lifestyle. Now, the question was this. It was, what 2 ethnicities are most common in Mae Hong Son? So we saw the 2. What are they? Yep. Thai and Korean. Yep, exactly. So we just say the Thai. Oh, sorry. Let me make sure I spelled that right. Yeah, Thai or the Shan and the Karen. Thai and Karen. Very good. Yep. So I would say the Thai and the Karen. Yep, exactly. Am I saying that right? Is it Karen or is it Karen? Korean. Oh, maybe it's Korean.
In Thai, we call Korean.
Guardian. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, to me, this is a girl's name. Like I have a cousin named Karen. I have like friends from school named Karen, and it's spelled the same way. So I just want to say Karen, but I had a feeling in Thai it sounds different. Yeah. So the Thai and the Karin, maybe is how you say that. Very good. So those are the 2 main ethnicities. And now we got point 9.21. What kinds of cultural events are there in Mae Hong Son? Okay, so if we go up to cultural events and read a little bit about this, events and festivals. Poi Sang Lon procession. I'm not quite sure what that is. Yeah, that's one. Then they mention Chong Pada procession, Buatong Blossom Festival. Oh, and they also celebrate Loy Krathong. I like that one. This is probably my favorite festival in Thailand, Loy Krathong. I really like this one. So good. So they mentioned 4 of them. I guess we're supposed to. Yeah. Poi Sang Nong. I believe that was spelled like this. Poi Sang Nong. That's 1. Then we have, let's see, number 2 was Chong Para. Chong Para. Okay, yeah. So we got Chong Para. That's the next one. Yeah, Chong Para. 3rd one was Bua. What was this one again? Buatong Blossom Festival and Loy Krathong. So Buatong, Loy Krathong. Awesome. Yeah. Nice. Okay. It's making me want to go visit there again. I haven't been there since, like I said, 2 years ago. So, yeah. So those are the different kinds of cultural events that they list. Very good. Now, finally, to my, like I said, one of my favorite subjects, the kind of local foods. What kinds of local foods are there in Maehangsong? We'll find out. Okay. So this is probably one I'm not going to list all of them because they list a ton of them, but I just want to go over them and we'll maybe we'll see how many they list. Okay. So section 9.3, local food. Okay. First one, they show a picture of King Alm with chicken. That looks pretty good. Next one, we have Nam Prik Num. I believe that is spicy something, right? Prik would be chili. Oh, so what is this? This would be like water, chili. What is Num?
Yes, Nam Prik Num. Num mean the young man.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. That's not what you're actually eating, I hope. Oh, okay. So it's like young man, spicy pepper water, something like that.
Yeah. Green pepper.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So they describe it down here. So Nam Prik Num, another kind of paste that is popular in the north, eaten by Thais. Oh, it's often eaten with pork crackling. Okay. I bet I've had this before. This looks familiar. Looks very delicious. Yeah, so they've mentioned this. Nam Prik Ong is the first one they mentioned. Yeah, that's a type of Nam Prik chili paste made of minced pork and I know I've had this before. Minced pork and tomatoes. Yep. Usually eaten with soft boiled vegetables, pork crackling, deep fried. Oh yeah, okay. They have this at the Chiang Mai University. One of the cafeterias, the Rong Ahan, I believe they serve this Nam Prik Ong. I know I've had this. I recognize the minced pork and tomatoes part of this, and I really like this stuff. Nam Prik Ong. I know I've had this before. Nam Prik Nung. In the picture I'm looking here, I don't know if I've ever had this. It looks really good, but I don't know if I've ever had it. But yeah, another kind of paste. Yeah, that's often eaten with pork crackling. Next one, I guess you'd say Sai Ua. Is that local sausage? Sai Ua, local sausage. Yeah.
Kind of sausage, but more spicy.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty spicy. Yeah, they say it's very.
Also, it contains herbs.
Oh, it does. I bet I've had this before too, because I know I've had.
It's like hot dog. Huh?
Is it?
Like
I know I've had it from like local markets. I found like this pretty spicy sausage. It was very, very good, and I bet that's what that was. So you usually eat it with sticky rice. Okay, yeah. Do you guys know this word aromatic? So it says it's very aromatic and spicy. Usually what that means is very good smelling. That's what aromatic means. Yeah. So a lot of times we talk about food, flowers, things like that as aromatic. So yeah. This is making me hungry. I knew this was going to do this. So, okay, so two types of Nam Prik Ong, Nam Prik Nun. We got Sai Ua, the spicy sausage. Next, they list Keng, a different few types of Keng, a Thai curry. Keng Hang Li, northern style pork. Yeah. Keng Om, a spicy curry made with intestines. And then Keng K, a spicy vegetable curry. Ooh, those all sound good. Nice. This I wonder, I almost think I've tried this before. Kanom Chim Nam Ngao. Ngao, a traditional northern chicken. Nam Ngao. Yeah, that's a chicken noodle dish. I think I've had that before. This one is probably my favorite all-time Thai food now since I've lived here. Khao soy. Pom chop khao soy tea suit. I think this is probably my favorite. Khao soy gai, khao soy mu. I think one time I found a restaurant that actually had khao soy sai ua. They put this spicy sausage, they cut it up into khao soy, and I thought that was the best. Yeah. So I don't know if that's what you would call it, but I know I've had this at some place. It was khao soy, khao soy sai ua. So, or some sort of sausage. It was spicy sausage. It was very delicious. So, yeah, some noodles, the onion, which I love. I love the fresh onion, and yeah, the garlic and what is it? There's like celery or whatever that comes.
Like a noodle.
I just love the curry, like the coconut milk, the taste of that is just so good, I think. Yeah. So here's a few more cows. Cow som, cooked rice mixed with turmeric and tomato, eaten with fried chilies and green peas. That's a good one. Cow lueng, cooked rice mixed with turmeric made into a small ball and sprinkled with fried onion. Ooh, this sounds good. I don't think I've ever tried this. Cow lueng. So they make it into a ball with fried onions eaten with pork balls. That sounds really good. Let's see. Cow kan kin or chin, cooked rice mixed with the blood of fowls and steamed with fried onion, eaten with fried chilies. Oh, that's a good one. You guys probably know this. Fowls is just another word for birds. Yep. So some kind of bird, I imagine most likely chicken. Yeah. Tua pei dipped fried soybeans. That sounds good. Tua pei lao or tau pei lao, fried soybeans with salt, and sui tamen, a dessert made of sticky rice, coconut milk, and cane sugar. Oh, so I wonder, this last one, is this kind of like mango sticky rice, but no mango, maybe? I love mango sticky rice, so I've tried that a few times. Maybe this is like mango sticky rice. So similar. Yeah. It sounds like it. So sticky rice, coconut milk, but no mango, but cane sugar. Everything, but I don't always remember the name of what I tried. Like these Thai curries. I'm sure I've had that northern style, that King Hong Lee one, that chicken noodle one. I think I've had. I know I've had cow soy about 1,000 times. And I don't know. I think I've maybe had this this one with blood in it. I know I've had like cooked rice and steamed with fried onion. That seems familiar, especially when it's got chilies in it. But yeah. So anyway, if we were answering this all, kinds of local foods, we could list every single one, but, I'd probably just say something like, various or many curries, noodle dishes, rice dishes, and desserts, all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, I knew this was going to make me hungry, and it is. And I just had lunch like 3 hours ago. I'm still hungry. But so anyway, a lot about everything you'd probably ever want to know about Mae Hong Son. I really like this reading. So we looked at again, the geography, where is it, how old it was. It's been around, it's part of Thailand for over 100 years now, about 130 years actually. We know the climate, so they didn't even mention that. Demographics, who's made of, all the official symbols and provincial flags and slogans and all that. How it's divided into all the districts and sub-districts, how you get there, how you get around there. And finally, we looked at, what you see and do while you're there. Temples, festivals, waterfalls, all that kind of stuff, local products you can buy. And then finally we looked at some events you can see and the food of the people. The two main types of people are the Karen and the Thai. And then we looked at all these different types of famous foods from there. So very good job, you guys. So the main part of today, right? They said, pick some place that is special in Thailand. There's many special places. I thought about Ayutthaya, Doi Intanon, Chengdao, even just Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, but I thought, what, Mae Hong Son is, my friend and I went there a couple of years ago, took our motorbikes. One of the most beautiful places I've probably ever seen. And I thought this would be a good time to look at, things we might not all know about that province. So good job, guys. So that was the main part of this afternoon. So I assumed I was planning on this being about giving us about 20 minutes left or so, and it did. So there's one more thing, you guys, maybe one more or two more, depending on time. At this time, you guys, I usually like to kind of do one more activity that, the first ones today were like a warm up, and now I call them at the end of a lesson, I call them like a cool down activity. Okay, so basically the same thing, but but just kind of something fun, maybe to help pronunciation and improve vocabulary and stuff like that. So this activity, you guys, I do this with pretty much all my classes. There's a game we can play that's called Last Letter First. Okay. Now, how we do this, I'll show you guys this. I'm going to choose a topic, and with this, you can usually choose many, many different topics. We were just looking at food. You could probably do food. I'm already hungry, so I'm not going to do food. But you can do, jobs or colors or all different sorts of things. My favorite one to do is animals. Okay, so since we've been looking at Mahang San and the nature kind of reminded me of elephants and all the very unique animals. I love animals, and Thailand has some very unique ones. And so we'll do this little cool down thing called Last Letter First Animals. Okay, and this is how it works, you guys. I'm going to start with, since we're in Thailand, I think I'll start with the most popular animal here, elephant. Okay, what we have to do is we have to take the last letter of elephant, which is T. So we got elephant. What's an animal that starts with T?
Eagle.
Eagle. That's a good one. Yep. Eagle gives us another E. It's okay. There's a few E animals. Yeah.
Eel.
Eel. That's a good one. EEL. How about an L animal?
Lion.
Lion. Now, this usually happens, guys, right at the beginning. I can tell you that there are not many animals that start with N. It's very, very few. And there's really not any common ones. Does anybody know of one? Anybody know an N animal? Yeah. So the first one I think of is there's a lizard called a newt. It's like a little, kind of like a gecko. But again, there's like no now. If this helps you guys, think of like animals in the ocean. Think of like insects. The one I'm thinking of is a pretty big fish that we eat a lot of. It's very good for you. Tuna. Yep, that's what I was thinking of. Tuna gives us an A animal.
Alligator.
Alligator, good one. That's what I was thinking of. Alligator. So now we already have a rabbit. What's another R?
Catfish. Catfish, right?
Oh, were you thinking catfish?
Reindeer.
Reindeer. Oh, somebody said reindeer. That's a good one. Reindeer. That still gives us an R. Turtle, tuna.
Trout.
Trout. Ooh, good one. There's a fish called a trout. Yeah. Still gives us another T, but yeah, we got another animal. Trout. And what else could we do? Tiger, turtle, trout.
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah. Everybody know the bird turkey. Yep. Turkey's a good one. Yeah. Turkey gives us a very unique letter, a Y. Now, I can only really ever think of like one animal that starts with a Y. The one I'm thinking of, you guys, it's kind of like, I'll say it this way. It's like a big, hairy cow.
Yak.
Yak. Yeah. I was going to say just 3 little letters. Yak. Yep. Good. Yak gives us a new letter now, a K. Now, for this, I was going to say, yeah, for this one, think of Australia. Kangaroo. Yep. Kangaroo gives us an O.
Ox.
Ox. Oh, so if we do ox, right? Ox, I usually say, let's try not to do that one because X animals, I don't think there are any. Now, the other thing is if you have two or more, the word ox becomes oxen, and then we're stuck with that N again too. So ox is a good word to not use. How about a different O animal?
Kiwi.
Oh, so if we had a K, we could do kiwi. Yeah. But we're on O. So maybe we could do
octopus.
Octopus. There you go. Let's do octopus. That gives us an S.
Snake.
Snake. There you go. Snake. Now, the E's are kind of getting, like I said, there's only a few. So I'll show you guys what we can do if we get into a tough spot is I can make them plural, right? So we can just go snakes, and then we don't have to use an E again. We can use another S. So how about another S animal?
Shark.
Shark. There you go. Let's go shark. Good. So we're back to another K. We already had kangaroo.
Kingfisher.
Oh, I think I heard
Fisher.
Fisher, yeah. There's a bird called a kingfisher. Yeah. Very fast bird that fishes. That's a good one, kingfisher. Now we got another R. Rat, reindeer, rabbit.
Rat.
Oh, how do you spell? There's a fish called a narwhal, and I'm really bad at drawing, but I'll kind of try to show you guys. If you look them up, they kind of look like, because I think they are some sort of species of whale, which is why it's pronounced wall. But what's unique about them, you guys, is they got this big. It's actually a tooth, but it looks like a big spear that comes out of their nose like this. Yeah.
Lemming.
Ah, good one. I was gonna say we had narwhal gives us an L. Now we can do lemming. That's a good one. Good one. Lemming. I'll start a new column. Lemming gives us a G.
Giraffe.
Giraffe. There you go. Now we're running short on E's again, so maybe we'll go giraffes just to get us out of there. How about another S animal?
Sheep.
Ah, sheep. That's a good one. Sheep. Yeah. Sheep gives us a brand new letter, a P. Pig. There you go. Now, another G from pig. So we got giraffes. How about the
Gorilla.
Oh, good one. Gorilla. Yeah. Gorilla. Yep, gorilla gives us another A.
And
Ant. Ah, yeah, that's a good one. Earlier we had what did we have? Alligator. Now we got ant. Yep. Ant gives us another T. Turkey, trout, tuna, turtle, and tiger so far.
Tapir. Tapir.
Ah, tapir. Yeah.
Tapir.
It's a cousin of like a hippopotamus. They live in Africa. Tapir. That's a good one. Nice. That gives us another R. The last one was raccoon. Rooster. Oh, good one. Male chicken, right? Yeah. So that is the male chicken is a rooster. Still gives us another R.
Rhino.
Rhino. There you go. Yeah. Now the whole word is rhinoceros, but why don't we just go rhino? Yeah. So let's go O. So far we've had octopus. Oh, I think I heard somebody say owl. That's a good one. Owl. Owl gives us another L. So first we had lion and lemming.
Lizard.
Lizard. There you go. Let's just go lizard. Lizard gives us a D.
Dog.
Dog. Nobody's said dog yet. Yep, dog. Dog gives us another G. Got gorilla and giraffe.
Goat.
Goat. There you go. G-O-A-T. Goat. Back to another T animal. Sometimes at this point, my students go T-Rex. I don't want to do that one though.
Toucan.
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 Yeah, toucan the bird. Yep. Now, like I said, we're pretty much out of ends. I don't really know of any other ones. Well, there's one more I'll show you guys. There's a small bird in England or in most of Europe that's called a nightingale. Yeah, exactly. But that also ends in an E. E's we're almost out of, so I'm going to go nightingales, and that gives us back to an S. So what do we got? Snakes, shark,
seahorse.
Seahorse. So that's a good one. Yeah. Seahorse. Now I'm also going to do seahorses because that ends with an E too. Now what another S?
Shark.
Shark. We've not had shark yet. Oh no, we did have shark. I'm sorry.
Spider.
Yeah.
Spider.
Spider. That's good.
Spider.
Let's do spider. Yeah. Spider gives us another R. Rhino, rooster, raccoon, rat, rabbit, reindeer.
Oh.
Ah, how do you spell that?
EOAD.
Oh, you thinking? Yes. So we need to start with an R though. Yes, we need some sort of R animal.
Rabbit.
How about, oh, do you guys know this one? A cousin of a panda bear, red panda. They're only about like the size of a raccoon. Very, very cute little animals. Red panda. That'd be a good one. Red panda gives us an A again. Ant and alligator. I think. Yeah, used ant and alligator.
Yep.
Oh, did you say ape?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we do ape. Good. Let's actually go apes plural because we got that E again. How about another S animal?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Ah, good one. Yep, scorpion. Nice. Well, now I think I'm officially out of ends. So let's go scorpions and stick with S. Oh, how do you?
SLOTH.
Sloth. Oh yeah, I love sloths. Yeah, sloth. I hadn't thought of that one yet. Sloth gives us, I think. Oh, I think this is our first ever H. Yeah, that's a good one. I got an H animal. Yeah, of course we could do horse. Yep. Oh, hippo. Let's do hippo instead. Yeah, hippo gives us an O again.
Mammoth.
Yeah.
Mammoth.
Yeah, so if we did hippopotamus, right? Yeah, that's a whole word. We'll just go with hippo.
Ocelot.
Ocelot. Oh, so I think we had an octopus already. Someone said a really good one. Ocelot. That's a small wild cat, actually. That's a good one. Ocelot. Ocelot gives us another T. We got some good ones. Toucan, tapir, and then turkey, trout, turtle, tiger, tuna. Had tiger already.
Turtle.
Turtle, yeah, I think we had turtle already too.
Turkey.
So we had turkey already as well. Someone mentioned toad. I don't think we did toad yet. That's a good one.
Tasmanian devil.
Oh, Tasmanian devil too. Yeah, maybe we'll go Tasmanian devil. Also Australia. Good one. I'll make another column. Now we got an L from Tasmanian devil. Lizard, lion. I think that's the only two. Oh, lemming. Yeah. Lizard, lemming, lion. Leopard. Ah, that's what I was thinking of. Another big cat in Africa. Leopard. Yep. Leopard will give us another D. I think so far we've only had dog. Bingo. That's a good one. Basically a type of dog, Australia. Yeah. Bingo will give us another O. So we've got ocelot.
Ostrich.
Ostrich. Ah, nobody said ostrich. Yep. I think we had octopus and ocelot. Yep. Owl. Now we got ostrich. How about another H animal? Hen. Okay, so you get a hen like a female chicken. Yeah. So you guys probably knew this. Rooster is male chicken. Hen is female chicken. Now I'm going to do this because it ends with an N. Let's go hens. So that'll give us out of that. How about another S?
Snail.
Snail. Good. I haven't had snail yet. Yep. So ooh, another L.
Scorpion.
Oh, so we already used scorpion, I think. Yeah, but now we're on to L.
Lizard. Lizard.
So I think we used lizard. Yep.
Lemming.
Oh, yeah, lion, lemming. We use those. Somebody said lobster. We have not used lobster yet. Yeah. Lobster gives us another R.
Raccoon.
Oh, I think we had raccoon already. Yep. I think we had raccoon. Where was that again? Yeah.
A rat.
Raccoon over here. Yeah. Yep. So I do see that we've had a raccoon. We did have rhino, rooster.
Rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake. That's the one I was thinking of earlier. Yeah. Let's do rattlesnake. That's a good one. Rattlesnake. Now we get that E again, which is no good. So how about we go rattlesnakes? That gives us out of that. And now we'll have another S animal. So we got a lot of these. Snail, sloth, scorpion, spider, seahorse,
saltwater crocodile.
Oh, good one. Let's go. Salt water crocodile. Now, crocodile also ends with an E. Let's go with crocodiles. That will give us yet another S we can do.
Sea otter.
Sea otter. Oh, that's a good one. Let's go sea otter. Sea otter gives us another R. Yeah, how about a
red eye tree frog.
Oh, what was that? Something about a red eye
tree frog.
Tree frog. T-I-E-T frog.
Oh, tree frog. Red eye. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, let's do a red-eyed tree frog. That's a good one.
I'm so sorry.
I know some of these are very unique. I would never think of some of these. That's good. No, that gives us another G. That's a good. We got maybe a couple more G's we could do. Gorilla. What was the other one that we had? We had another one, didn't we? Oh, maybe it's just gorilla so far.
Warlock.
Goat.
Warlock.
How do you spell? G.
W-A-L-R-U-S.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, so if it ends with that W, we could do walrus. Yeah.
Gecko.
Oh, gecko. Yeah, let's go gecko. That's a good one. Gecko gives us an O again. Ostrich, owl, ocelot. Oh, what was that one?
Whale.
Whale would be a W. Right? How about
octopus?
Yeah. So I think we had octopus already. Ox. Yeah, there's that ox one again.
Orangutan.
Yeah. So we're kind of out of luck if we choose ox, but yeah.
Like orangutan.
Orangutan. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. Let's go orangutan, because then we can make it S and get us back out of that.
Salmon.
Salmon. Very good. Salmon. Now, this one gets us kind of stuck, just like ox, because actually the plural is not salmons. A lot of fish, even whether you have one or two or three, it's all just salmon. So I think that's actually a good place to end, because it's almost 4 o'clock. So I'm going to say, I don't know any more ends and animals. Yeah. So we will stop There, very good. Yeah, so you see, just, for a few minutes playing these, we probably have, I don't know, 70, 75 animals already. So this is a really, really good vocabulary builder is last letter first. I like that one. So, well, I think it's 4:00, guys. So again, Yindi Tidai Rujak, I would say, very nice to meet everybody today. And I don't know, does anybody have any like final words or anything?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So
Thank you so much for the lesson.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That was a lot of fun.
I have a lot of best.
Yeah. So, no, I just wanted to say it was very nice to meet everyone today, and you all did very well. So, learned maybe hopefully some new words. Did some
Teacher?
puzzles, pronunciation, and yeah.
Can I ask you some question?
Sure.
Can I not to explain when I listen British accent, I cannot to understand more. But when I listen American accent, I can to understand.
I think I lost you. Sorry.
Yeah. Why I can't do that? All that. Why can't I feel that? You understand? When I listen British accent, I cannot to understand. But when I listen American accent, I can to understand.
Yeah.
What happened that?
So you're mentioning that you mentioned British accent is harder to understand, right? Than the American. I agree. I think so too. Were you asking like what can you do to understand it better or something like that?
One more time.
Is your question like what can I do to understand it better, maybe? Or did you yeah. Maybe is this your question? What can you do to understand it better?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. The main thing I would say is, British R's, right? If you listen to how they say R is a lot different than American. Okay. If you listen to them, it's I would say this: their R is more of an sound. That's probably the main thing that is different, because like if take like this word, right? Now how I say this word is water, but British English it sounds more like water. That kind of thing. So I would say the main thing to help is just a lot of times when you're hearing what I would say is an R sound, it's more of an sound to them. But I honestly, I don't have a lot of advice. I don't really, it's very difficult for me to understand British English a lot of the time. So, but yeah, so anyway, like I said, guys, you all did very well today. It was very nice to meet everyone. So maybe we'll be able to have more class in the future or something.
I hope so.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, that's what too. So, well, I have another class I need to go to. So, have a good day, everyone. Yeah, hopefully see you next time. And Yindi Tidai Rujak.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you very much.
See you again.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
อาจารย์ออกไปแล้วอาจารย์โอเควันนี้มอลลี่บิวตี้มอลลี่ no question ไม่มีคำถาม
ว่าวประทันนะว่าวประทัน
อาจารย์ไปแล้วผมไม่ได้พูดอะไรเลยอาจารย์ไปแล้วโอเคครับผมขอบคุณทุกท่านที่
Thank you อาจารย์
ค่ะ
Have a nice day
กรารนมัสการครับ
to you
so much thank you
เลยมาขออยู่ครับ
การนมัสการครับสวัสดีครับ
นัทวัฒน์
นมัสการครับอาจารย์
ดีมากนัทวัฒน์เข้า
วิทยาลัยสงขลาครับอาจารย์ไหนตึงด้วยตอนนี้ See you again next time อาจารย์
See you next time
บ๊ายบาย
อาจารย์ครับอาจารย์ครับผม
นมัสการครับผม
ครับนมัสการครับ
นมัสการครับอาจารย์ครับ
ครับอาจารย์พระครูประหลัดวรเมธาวัฒน์เดี๋ยวอาจารย์อยู่ในห้องประชุมกับผมก่อนนะ
หนูออกได้เลยใช่ไหมคะหนูยังไม่ได้ลงทะเบียนเลย
นิมนต์จ้านิมนต์
อาจารย์คะจะรบกวนสอบถามเรื่องลงทะเบียนนะคะบางท่านลงไม่ทันพอจะมีลิงก์ให้ลงอีกสักครั้งไหมคะ
เดี๋ยวก็ว่ากันนะติดต่อทางไลน์นะ
ค่ะ
โอเคงั้นก็เดี๋ยวนิมนต์เดี๋ยวขออนุญาตปิดห้องเลยเดี๋ยวอาจารย์พระครูประหลัดวรเมธาวัฒน์กับอาจารย์ชัยพลเดี๋ยวรบกวนอาจารย์เดี๋ยวอีกสักประมาณสัก15 นาทีอาจารย์โทรหาผมนะ
ได้
ครับผมโอเคครับขออนุญาตปิดห้องครับขอบคุณทุกท่านครับหวังว่าพระพงษ์เพชรไฟไล่
ครับขอการนมัสการครับอาจารย์
เดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงนะท่านพงษ์เพชรแป๊บนึงผมเหมือนมี something to talk with you I have something
ผมลงทะเบียนไม่ได้ครับ
ลงได้ไงเขาปิดแล้วครับ
ครับ
พระพงษ์เพชรไฟไล่ทักไลน์เขียนตัวผมมาหน่อยนะบุรีรัมย์
ไลน์ส่วนตัวพระอาจารย์
อยู่ที่นั่นโปสเตอร์ประชาสัมพันธ์โอเคครับขออนุญาตปิดห้องครับพี่ธินกรสวัสดีครับหลวงพี่ธินกรขอนแก่นพิตะบุญโยสวัสดีครับ